Shalom Akim. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle and elders, the great millstone. A sincere salutation to the hopefully elect and the brothers over the 4 corners of the world teaching this truth. I'm going to go into some various topics. Go ahead, start on 12 and 1, Ecclesiastes.
Remember now your Creator in the days of your youth.
Oh, remember now the Creator, Yahweh, in the days of your youth. Go ahead.
Before the difficult days come.
Before the difficult days come, destruction, pestilence, famine, what you can see that's going on in Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Houston, and other places. Go ahead.
And the years draw near when you say, I have no pleasure in them.
See, when the years draw near, when you say, I have no pleasure in them, seek out the Lord while he may be found. Because it's going to come to a point when he ain't going to be found. All right, go to Isaiah 55 and 6.
Seek the Lord while he may be found.
Seek the Lord while he may be found.
Call upon him while he is near.
Call upon him while he is near. Seek out the Lord while he may be found. Because in the wild, he ain't going to be found. All right, go to Proverbs 1 and 20.
Wisdom calls aloud outside. She raises her voice in the open squares.
Wisdom calls aloud outside. She opened her voice in the chief place of concourse. Go ahead.
She cries out in the chief concourse.
Uh-huh.
At the openings of the gates.
At the openings of the gates. Go ahead.
In the city she speaks her words.
In the city she speaks her word. In the Broadway, in the highways and byways. Go ahead.
How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity?
How long will you simple ones love simplicity? Don't want to come to the truth. You want to be ignorant, stupid. How long will you not take heed to this word? Go ahead.
For scorners delight in the scorning.
For a scorner delight in scorning. You hate going against the men of the Lord. Go ahead.
And fools hate knowledge.
And fools hate knowledge. You don't want this truth. You want to stay in your wickedness. Drowning in your wickedness. Go ahead.
Turn at my rebuke. Surely I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you.
The Lord will sup with you if you come back to him. Seek him early, while yet the destruction of the days come near. Seek him now, and he will pour his spirit on you. Go ahead.
Because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no one regarded.
He calling you, he done stretched out his hand. Some point in time, you done came across a true man of the Lord, trying to reach out to you, but you want to stay in your wickedness because you love simplicity. Go ahead.
Because you disdain all my counsel and will have none of my rebuke.
Go ahead.
I also will laugh at your calamity.
Calamity. He will also laugh at your calamity in the day of destruction when you be calling on the Lord. Look at Puerto Rico. Look at Venezuela. They all calling on Jesus Christos. That's their calamity. But is the Lord coming near them? No, he's not, because they calling on that demon. That's not the Lord's name. His name is Yahweh. Go ahead.
I will mock when your terror comes.
You're going to mark when the terror comes. And the terror is upon them now. Go ahead.
When your terror comes like a storm, and your destruction comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you.
Then he just sent a storm to Puerto Rico and Houston, and there's terror for them. They're going through it. There's a famine going on. No food. Go ahead.
Then they will call on me, but I will not answer.
See, they calling on Jesus Christos right now, but he ain't answering them. Because they didn't seek the Lord in his true name, which is Hebrew name. His father, Yahweh, his son, Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
They will seek me delightly, but they will not find me.
They will seek me delightly, but they will not find me. He can't be found because they not calling on the true name of the Lord. They did not seek him early before their destruction came. Now the destruction upon them, and they seeking him, but he would not be found for them. Go ahead.
Because they hated knowledge
Because they hated knowledge. Go ahead.
and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
And they don't fear the Lord. Go ahead.
They will have none of my conceal and despise my every rebuke.
They despise everything of the Lord. Go ahead.
Therefore, they shall eat the fruit of their own way.
And their own way is what? Destruction. Famine. They're going through it right now. Go ahead.
And be filled to the full with their own fancies.
Hold on. Now, it's Proverbs 3 and 5. It say, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Go to Jeremiah 28 and 8. Our people hate knowledge, and they love simplicity. Fools.
The prophets who have been before me and before you of old prophesied against many countries and great kingdoms.
And great kingdoms and countries. Go ahead.
Of war and disaster and pestilence. As for the prophet who prophesies of peace, when the word of the prophet comes to pass, the prophet will be known as one whom the Lord has truly sent. Then Hananiah the prophet took the yoke of the prophet Jeremiah's neck and broke it.
Okay.
And Hananiah spoke in the presence of all the people, saying, Thus saith the Lord, even so I will break the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, from the neck of all nations, within the space of 2 full years.
Okay.
And the prophet Jeremiah went his way.
Okay, that's good. Done. Okay. This is Isaiah 39. That this is a rebellious people, lying children who will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh, who say to the seer, do not see, and to the prophets, do not prophesy to us right things, speak to us smooth things, prophesy deceit. That they want to hear not the truth of the Lord, well, they Lord, Jesus Christos, not the truth of the Hebrew God, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. They want to hear deceit, not right, they want to hear not right, but smooth things, which is keep them in condemn, which keep them doing their iniquity, which keep them in a calamity, destruction, they famine, pestilence. Go to Ezekiel chapter 2. Seek the Lord while he may be found, while the world's destruction is not yet come. Go ahead.
What was it?
Ezekiel chapter 2. Start at 1.
And he said to me, Son of man, stand on your feet, and I will speak to you.
Uh-huh.
Then the Spirit entered me when he spoke to me and set me on my feet. And I heard him who spoke to me. And he said to me, Son of man, I am sending you to the children of Israel,
To the children of Israel, go ahead.
to a rebellious nation
To a rebellious nation. Go ahead.
that has rebelled against me.
Uh-huh.
They and their fathers have transgressed against me to this very day.
To this very day, 2017, they still rebellious, the house of Israel. Go ahead.
For they are impudent
Uh-huh.
and stubborn children.
They are impudent and stubborn children. Go ahead.
I am sending you to them, and you shall say to them, Thus says the Lord Yahweh.
Uh-huh.
As for them, whether they hear or whether they refuse,
Uh-huh.
for they are a rebellious house, yet they will know that a prophet has been among them.
They will know that a prophet has been among them. Go ahead.
And you, son of man, do not be afraid of them, nor be afraid of their words. Though
Briars
briars
and thorns.
and thorns are with you, and you dwell among scorpions,
Uh-huh.
and do not be afraid of their words, or dismayed by their looks, though they are a rebellious house. You shall speak my words to them, whether they hear or whether they refuse.
Oh, you shall speak my words to them, whether they hear or refuse. Because 2/3 ain't going to listen to this, but a third is. Go ahead.
For they are rebellious.
For they are rebellious. The house of Israel, not the house of Moab, not the house of Ammon, not the house of Edom, none of the other nations, but to the house of Israel. Go ahead.
But you, son of man, hear what I say to you. Do not be rebellious like that rebellious house.
Right. Do not be rebellious like the rebellious house. We got to push this word in the streets, in the city, in the chief place of concord. Go ahead.
Open your mouth and eat what I give you.
Come. Go ahead.
Now when I looked, there was a hand stretched out to me, and behold, a scroll of a book was in it. Then he spread it out before me, and there was writing on the inside and on the outside, and written on it were lamentations and mourning and woe.
Come. Go ahead.
Moreover, he said to me, Son of man, eat what you find, eat this scroll, and go speak to the house of Israel.
Eat this whole Bible, learn it day in and day out, and go speak to the house of Israel. Go ahead.
So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that scroll. And he said to me, Son of man, feed your belly and fill your stomach with this scroll that I will give you. So I ate, and it was in my mouth like honey and sweetness.
Mhm.
Then he said to me, Son of man, go to the house of Israel and speak with my words to them. For you are not sent to a people of unfamiliar speech and a hard language, but to the house of Israel.
No. Come. Not to unfamiliar speech, but to the house of Israel. Go to Matthew 10 and 5. The Lord scattered us all over the four corners of the earth, everywhere. But we was amongst the Gentiles. We got to come back to the truth, come back into the fold. He's looking for his lost sheep. Give it to him for tomorrow.
And
10 and 5.
these 12 Yahushua sent out and commanded them, saying, do not go into the way of the Gentiles, and do not enter a city of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. It's Ezekiel 3 and 5. For you are not sent to a people of unfamiliar speech and of hard language, but to the house of Israel. Matthew 15, 24. But to the house of Israel, Ezekiel 3 and 7. It said, but to the house of Israel will not listen to you, because they will not listen to me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-headed. They is not going to listen, but rather they hear forbear. We still got to push the word. Go ahead.
But he answered and said, I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right. He was not sent but until the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Go to Luke 14, 21.
So that servant came and reported these things to his master. Then the master of the house, being angry,
Yahushua angry. Go ahead.
said to his servant, go out quickly into the streets and lanes.
Go out into the streets and the lanes. Go ahead.
Of the city, and bring in here the poor and the maimed and the lame and the blind. And the servant said, Master, it is done as you commanded, and still there is room. Then the master said to the servant, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say that to you, that none of those men who were invited shall taste my supper. Now great multitudes went with him, and he turned and said to them, if anyone comes to me and does not hate his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. And whoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Okay. Now this is Luke 12 and 43. Blessed is that servant whom his master will find so doing when he come, pushing his word in the highways and hedges, in the streets and lanes, in the broad ways, in the chief place of concourse, pushing his word daily. That's the whole point. Go to Jeremiah 1 and 5.
Eh,
You gotta wake up the hopeful elect. That's what we here for. The hopeful elect.
Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you.
I knew you. Go ahead.
Before you were born, I sanctified you.
I sanctified you. Go ahead.
I ordained you prophet to the nations.
I ordained you to be a prophet to the nations, to teach this truth, to wake up the hopeful elect out of the 12 tribes of Jacob. Go ahead.
Then I said, Oh, Lord Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a youth. But the Lord said to me, Do not say I am a youth, for you shall go to all to whom I send you, and whatever I command you, you shall speak. Do not be afraid of their faces, for I am with you to deliver you, says the Lord.
Okay.
Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said to me, Behold, I have put my word in your mouth. See, I have this day set you over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and pull down, to destroy and throw down, to build and plant.
Okay, good. The Lord ordained us to be prophets, to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, to hopefully elect in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate, in the hedges, highways, streets, and the lanes. Not in no churches. The Lord don't dwell in a temple made by hands, in the chief place of concourse. And the ones that don't wake up, your destruction draw nigh. Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh, that 2/3 in it shall be cut off and die. The 1/3 shall be left in it. I will bring the 1/3 through the fire, will refine them as silver is refined, and test them as gold is tested. They will call on my name, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and I will answer them, and I will say, This is my people. And each one will say, The Lord Yahweh is my power. Alright. Go to Revelation 13 and 16. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague with which the Lord Yahweh will strike all the people who fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall dissolve while they stand on their feet. Their eyes shall dissolve in their sockets, and their tongue shall dissolve in their mouth. It shall come to pass in that day that a great panic from the Lord Yahweh will be among them. Everyone will seize the hand of his neighbor and raise his hand against the neighbor's hand. Revelation.
Oh.
I said Revelation 13, man.
Okay.
13 and 16.
He causes all, both small a great, rich, and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666.
Right.
Then I looked, and behold, a lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written on their foreheads. Then and I heard a voice from heaven, like the voice of many waters, and like the voice of loud thunder. And I heard the sound of harpists playing their harps. They sang as it were a new song before the throne, before the four living creatures and the elders, and no one could learn that song except the 144,000 who were redeemed from the Lord.
Okay, good. That's talking about the elect, the one that the Lord already predestined for this truth. They already saved. Got to come back and push His word. Read go to chapter 14. Start at start at 9.
Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
All right. That's good. Go back to Revelation 13 and 16 one more time.
He causes all both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
All right. That's good. Oh, this is Isaiah 36 and 6. It says, look, you are trusting in the staff of this broken reed, Egypt, which is today North America, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. It say, look, you are trusting in this staff of this broken reed, Egypt, on which if a man leans, it will go into his hand and pierce it. That's talking about the mark of the beast, the microchip, the RFID chip, which has been pushed over this world. Go to Isaiah 30. Go to 31. Isaiah 31. 31 and 1.
Woe to those who go down to Egypt for help
Uh-huh.
and rely on horses,
Rely.
on horses, who trust in chariots. Because there are many and horsemen, because they are very strong, but who do not look to the Holy One of Israel, nor seek the Lord, yet he also is wise and will bring disaster, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of evildoers,
Evildoers.
evildoers, and against the help of those who work iniquity.
All right, that's good, man. The wickedness is upon the sinful kingdom. The mark of the beast getting pushed, which is the RFID microchip, and 2/3 gonna take it. A lot of people already have it right now. So the whole point is come back to the truth before the day of destruction comes, before your calamity. Seek the Lord while he may be found. I guess that might be the title from this video. Seek the Lord while he may be found.
Hey, I just found something.
What you got?
Isaiah 10:1.
Go ahead.
Woe to those who decree unrighteous decrees,
Come.
who write misfortune which they have prescribed to rob the needy of justice.
Right. That's talking about Esau and his wicked kingdom, how they robbed the righteous of justice. How they took down the natives, slaughtered them, massacred them, and drug those tribes into slavery. Death, destruction. He lived by the sword. That was his blessing, the sword. And woe to them who prescribe unrighteousness to the righteous, to do unjustly to the just. Wow.
All of the animals got the chips.
A lot of animals got the chip, yeah. That's when they tested the chip first. But with that, I'm gonna say shalom to the Akim out there, teaching and sincerity, all the four corners of the earth. I'll pray to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Them honors to the apostle, the great millstone. Shalom.